idea of sukuk came, and specifically sukuk ijarah or ijarah sukuk. The sukuk ijarah or the ijarah sukuk are sukuk based on the concept of ijarah contract. Let's make an explanation here. The ijarah, sukuk al-ijarah or ijarah sukuk or leasing sukuk, you may call them, are as follows. Suppose a person owns a building and the building is $10 million. And this $10 million building, of course, is represented by a document which is the ownership document, a kind of formal document issued by the government or issued by the municipality or certain authority or by the like ownership that represents the ownership of that building. And the building is rented, and the rent, say, is $1 million every month, 10%. And let's say that person wants cash and decided to sell that building. To sell that building means to give that, and of course sign it on, endorse it to the other person, to give that document that represents the ownership to the new owner, and the new owner, with the registration of that ownership in the appropriate department of municipality or the government, will become the new owner, will pay, say, 1 million to the, or 10 million to the old owner, and then the new owner will start receiving the rent. Suppose the rent is payable every month, and every month you pay 1/12 of that million, approximately 800,000. Okay, so this document that represents the building, it's a document, in fact, when you transfer it from one person to another, you are transferring the ownership of the building. You are not transferring a piece of paper. You are transferring the ownership of the building. This is a suk. And this is an ijarah suk that represents a leased building, a building or asset. Could be, instead of a building, an airplane, or could be an airport that you own. So suppose that that owner owns the airport, or could be a bridge. All these can be represented, the ownership of them can be represented by documents. And now let's take it one step further. Instead of one document, let's divide the ownership of this building into 1 million documents. Each document, we'll call it a suk, plural sukuk, and each suk will represent $10, because the building is 10 million, but not $10, it is $10 value of the asset. So it represents 1/1 million of the asset, whose value is $10. Now this $10 asset produces to you $1 every year as rent. The rent is halal, the ownership of a building is halal, the building is used for halal objective, the company that is rented to uses it for halal things, so halal is everything.